going to Shake Shack. Oh no, copyright. Milkshake Monday is what they call it at the Shake Shack here in Central Avenue, Hartsdale, New York. So we're heading over there. Started at 7. It's like almost 8 right now. But we're gonna meet up with Andy, and I think Yanni's gonna come out. We're all starving, so I think the order of business is to get some food first. All right, so we just got to Shake Shack. It's actually a really good turnout. So I just parked right here.
This one too?
Yeah, both of them.
Go see the Infinity over there. That motherfucker long back.
Yeah, this thing is stupid clean. Oh, there goes my copyright. Yeah, look at the size of this turbo. Let's see. Uh-oh. Civic gang. Those are the guys that make us look bad. Yeah, this is really clean. 997. PDK. Another clean 997. I love this Hawkeye. So clean. Corgi! Hi, Corgi.
No one.
I have one too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. I was gonna bring him, but I was like, maybe not. He's a big one.
He is a big one.
Honestly, I was like, he's 50 pounds.
I know. I was like,
Yo.
why are you playing my dog?
Is he like 30?
We just weighed him. He's 32.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll show you mine. Brap, brap, brap. Dude, it's like 7's Day all over again. Oh my god, I love this. So this is exactly the way I would build mine. The MF10s. Full Mugen. I love these wheels. Mugen seats and everything. Shit. There's Tori. Found him. Don't know where he went. So all the restaurants are like closed. So we're eating 50% off sushi from H Mart. It's pretty good though.
Domino's?
That's unnecessary.
Was you watching Netflix in there?
It's on Vegas.
Is it on Vegas?
Yeah.
White Vegas?
This interior. What is that? Those are weird looking seat covers.
Grandma lace, dude.
That's sick. Oh, this thing is so cute. These 14s or 15s?
Those are definitely 14. It's so funny that the Ninjas are so damn big, but they're so small at the same time. Fenders are crushed.
Well, guys, the Type R limited edition has actually officially been sold. So I've owned it now since the middle of May, I want to believe. So it's like 2.5 months that we've owned the Type R. Why I'm selling it? It's actually, I love this car. There's literally no reason I should be selling this car, but as you guys know, I like to experience and try out as many cars as I possibly can. I have like a bucket list of cars that isn't really defined, but it's just more so cars that I haven't owned yet and I want to try at some point in my life. So this car is awesome. The Type R, it's literally hands down the best like all-around car that I've ever owned as far as like daily driver. It handles incredibly well. This is literally a track weapon straight out of the factory. This thing is amazing on the track. There's not really much you need to do to have a lot of fun with this car. This car is bone stock other than the wheels and the lowering springs, so I haven't done anything to tune it. No performance upgrades. I changed the rear brake pads, if that counts, to ceramic pads. But yeah, this car has treated me so well for these past 2.5 months. There's not a single complaint that I have about this car. Haven't had any issues with it. It's been extremely reliable, and it just does everything so well. It gets over 30 mpgs on the highway. Fill-ups are decently cheap, like $50 for the whole tank on premium. It carries around everything that I have. I go to the beach with this thing. I bring my luggage, my beach chairs, my dog, family, friends. Like, this car has literally done everything I needed it to do. And I'm actually kind of sad that I sold the car. But the only reason why I'm selling it is actually to make room for another car that I actually just bought a couple days ago on Bring It Trailer. And I'm pretty excited for this one. And I couldn't make that happen without liquidating some of my current cars. And as you guys know, I have that 2010 911 that's been submitted to Bring a Trailer, and they have been just taking incredibly long time to list it up for sale, because right now is their busiest time of the year. So I posted that. I think I submitted that car about a month ago, and they told me I should be expecting to hear back from a specialist in the next week to get my listing drafted, and then I'll approve it, and then it gets scheduled to go live. So I didn't know this was going to be like a whole 2-3 month kind of thing. I'm pretty bummed about that, because then if that car had sold, I wouldn't have needed to sell the Type R. But I posted this car for sale on Facebook for $60K, and I found a buyer for asking price on the stock wheels. So full disclosure, I bought this car for $56K from Carvana, as you guys know, and I didn't pay any additional sales tax because I had a trade-in that gave me the tax credit for the trade-in. So this car was $56 plus some small fees for DMV and such. But I have the title. A lot of you guys were saying that I'm not going to get the title because I bought it from Carvana, but I got the title really quickly, probably 3 weeks after I took delivery of the car. But this car is sold, so I just got to get the stock wheels back on the car. So I put 4,000 miles on this car, and I made basically $4,000 for using it as my daily driver for 2.5 months. I'm not losing out on this. The only thing I'm losing out is having such a great daily driver. But we're gonna pick up something else to daily drive in the meanwhile. And the car that I'm buying from a dealership, actually, I can trade it into Carvana for more than what the dealer is selling it for. So just doing things like this allows me to level up my cars one way or another, and to not lose money on the cars that I'm buying. So that's pretty cool. That's a great thing to do when you're buying cars pre-owned from either private party or dealers, is you get the VIN, you get the miles, the condition report, and you plug that into those websites, Carvana, AutoNation, Vroom, CarMax. You plug it in, you see what kind of offers they're giving you to buy the car. And if those offers are at or near or even more than what the car that you're buying is selling for, then you're in the green. Obviously, there's gonna be sales tax and such, but if you're buying a car that's, you know, under 20 grand, the sales tax is not gonna be that much relatively. It's probably gonna be like $1,000, $1,500. So you gotta factor that into your price, into your total cost of ownership and maintenance and all that. So if you don't lose money on the purchase from the dealer, then that's great. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have a few cars in mind to buy to daily drive until the new car arrives. So I'll have the new car, the new daily driver, the new car coming from Bring a Trailer, and then I still have the 911. I could just sell this car and not get another daily driver and just daily drive the 911 for the next couple weeks or so until that sells. But it's kind of impractical. I do need a car to that can hold a little bit more, because I don't want to use the 911. I'm in the middle of moving too, and the 911 I can't use to like move stuff around like this car. But anyways, that's the whole thing going on with the Type R. I know I've only owned it for 2.5 months. I was expecting to have this for longer, but I take advantage of the values of these cars. If I could sell for a profit after I've enjoyed it, then I'm happy. Like I said, I've owned 56 something cars, if not more. And if I can drive them and make money on them, I'm totally gonna do that. And that allows me to keep changing cars and trying out new things. And if I can get good deals on those, and hopefully I'll keep trading up and up and up. And we'll be able to get something maybe like a, I don't know, GT3 manual or some sort like that. Because those values are starting to come back down. And if we could trade our ways up, then we're gonna be in a good position to buy something like that. All right, so got the car. We're about to jack it up. Taking the Volks off, I got the OEM wheels from storage. So here are the BBSs. Another thing I love about this car, you could fit so much stuff in the back of this thing. So we're gonna take wheels off, swapping them out, and we're gonna get the car all ready for the next owner. Got to take everything out from the inside, and we'll be all set. Yeah, I think in the R mode, the artificial induction noise comes through the speakers because it gets significantly louder inside in R mode. It's definitely not any like valve sort of exhaust. Like if I put it into comfort or sport, it like doesn't become as noticeable. So here we're back in R. So yeah, I never really drove in R mode. I just kept it in sport for the most part, because when you turn the car on, it's automatically in sport mode. But we got the OEM wheels back on, and we're driving to Mount Kisco now to look at the next daily driver flip car. Oh, please don't. Okay. So, all right, one last pull. Car is so much fun. I'm so sad that I'm selling it, but I never really get attached to cars. So I mean, I'm almost at number 60, so it's no surprise that this car is going. But we're making money on it. We drove almost 5,000 miles on it, and we got a lot of good use out of it. So I'm happy. It was a great car. I would definitely buy another one. And I'm hoping to get an allocation for the FL5. If you don't know what that is, that's the new 2023 Type R. So dealers gonna be asking crazy markups on it. I already know that for sure. You know, 10, 15, 20K, who knows? But you know, I'm willing to pay some sort of markup, but 15, 20K, that's absurd. Like the car is like a sticker price. I think it's gonna be 45K, give or take, maybe 5K, so up to 50. No one should be paying 65, 70K for a car like that. I mean, I paid over sticker for this thing, but this was still way under 60K for an LE. So the market's also cooling off a little bit, so I'm taking advantage of getting that really great offer on this car. And you know, I'm not gonna kick myself for it or give myself a hard time for selling this car, but I wish it was a little bit towards later in the summer and I got to use this car a little bit more for like going on trips and stuff, but it is what it is. So the next car, Flip Car Daily, should be able to do what this car can do. Obviously not as well performance wise. This car is so good. If you guys have not driven a 10th gen Type R or even like any Type R in general, I feel like these cars are so good on the back roads. Like, they're not meant to go super fast on the straights at all. And people ask me if this car is fast, and I tell them no, in a straight line it sucks. But when you bring this car, you know, on the track, on the back roads, on the windy roads, this thing does so well. It will smoke like almost probably any other car in its price range when you bring it onto the back roads. Like even when I had my S2000 and I had some guy in like a Charger SRT trying to play like cat and mouse with me, and I lost them because those cars aren't meant to handle beyond going straight. So even when those cars go straight, like, they have so much power that it's hard to keep them going straight. I actually really like the way this car looks on the stock wheels and lowered. I dig it. All right, guys, so I didn't get a chance to film an outro after we sold the Type R, but we sold it directly to an AutoNation dealer, actually. And they had appraised the car, and they gave me more than what I initially had thought on the internet appraisal. So I'm really happy. We came close to 60K, very close to 60K. And we still came out on top after originally buying the car 2.5 months ago, and we put almost 5,000 miles on it in such a short period of time. So like I said, the Civic Type R is definitely the best platform of a car that I've ever owned that can do everything so well. The best all-around car, hands down, for sure. It just blows my mind, like, how a car can do so many things so well. So beyond, you know, the performance aspect of it, as far as being a excellent track toy, it gets awesome gas mileage. Like I said, I was getting 30 plus, which is more than what it's rated for, and it's just such an easy, comfortable car to drive. Like, I don't know any other car that comes with, you know, racing seats that are that comfortable and fit me so well. The audio system in it was actually really good. The infotainment system obviously shares the same as all the other 10th gens, but it is the facelifted one, so it does have the buttons and the volume knob on it. So that was a big improvement over the 2016 Civic that I had. 1 out of 600 production car here in the US. So wherever you go, you get compliments. People like, whoa, I brought it to a car show, and they're like, this is a special edition. They only made like a certain number of them. The dealer just listed the car for sale today for just under $64,000. And the car's got 9,000 miles on it. I don't know, they gave me a really good offer, so I was really surprised as to how much they were going to list it for. And I saw they posted for $64K today. Whoever's buying that car, Godspeed, because there are other ones out there with less owners, with way less miles that are listed for the same price. My brother just sent me one. I think it's got like 400 miles on it, and it's listed for less than mine right now, and mine's got 9,000 on it. So I don't know. Hopefully they can sell it for that price. I'm sure they will. AutoNation owns dealerships all over the country, and you know, someone is probably bound to buy it. And as far as the daily driver goes, I went to go look at a couple after I sold the Type R, and one of them was a 2016 Mini Cooper S Countryman, 6-speed manual, all-wheel drive. This is the one I was talking about earlier in the video, where it was trade into Carvana, like sell directly to Carvana, was more than the dealer was selling it for by like $500. of course, because my trade-in, if I traded in the Civic towards the Cooper, they told me it would have taken like 2 weeks to get the equity check, because the car is obviously worth more than the Cooper. So I didn't want to wait 2 weeks to get my equity back. And they told me that if I had to sell the car directly to them, I get the money instantly, which I did. They Zelled it into my bank. Leo. They Zelled it directly into my bank, which was crazy. I didn't know you can even Zell that much in a single transaction, but they can. And then I would have to buy the Cooper from them separately, as if there was no trade-in. So I'd be paying 8.5% tax on top of the $16K that they wanted for the Cooper. So I only need this car for a couple weeks until the 911 sells, and then I can buy something else that I actually want for a daily driver, or just like another fun car that I can daily. So another thing is the 911 actually just got assigned a specialist today, and they sent out the draft listing to a reviewer and approver. So once it's approved, then it can be listed within a couple days after that, as long as there's like not a huge overload of similar cars that are being listed at the same time, because then it drives down the performance of your car. Lastly, I'm gonna close out the video here. The Bring a Trailer car that I bought is officially being picked up tomorrow. I'm not gonna tell you guys any details on it. Only a couple people know so far. I have owned this car before, same model, but it's like completely different aftermarket wise. So it's had some work done to it, and that'll be the next video, surprising you guys with what I bought on Bring a Trailer. But, that's really it. I hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of the video. That was Milkshake Monday at Shake Shack, and I'm just talking about my journey, 2.5 month journey with the Civic Type R, and showing you guys how you can buy cars from dealers that are overpriced, and you can still sell them and make money elsewhere after you've driven them, you know, several thousand miles. If you guys liked the video, smash that like button. So make sure you subscribe, and you follow along on the next video. See you guys.